Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking about nutrition, the basics of understanding what calories are and how to lose weight. Too many people out there just go for fad diets, not understanding the basics of what they need to know when it comes to dieting. They just see these gimmicks out there. It sounds cool. They try it. They know their friend lost weight, maybe very quickly, but it didn't last. These are the basics you got to know to understand how to track your weight, to track yourself, to make sure that you're losing the weight that you need to lose. So number one you got to know is calories. I don't care what you're eating. If you're having a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. I don't care if it's Oreos, pizza, garlic bread, shrimp shawarma. I don't care what it is. You will lose weight. The point is if you have a calorie deficit, that's what you should be looking for. You should know what your calories and to maintain your weight is. After that, if you're having a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. 3,500 calories per week will make you lose 1 pound of weight. So make sure you know you're having a calorie deficit. There's a lot of tools to use online to check how much your calories should be per week based on how much you're working out, how much you move and all that. So you got to know your calories, making sure you have a calorie deficit. You can have pizza all day again and you will lose weight as long as you're having that calorie deficit. Now your calories are made of macronutrients, which we call macros. And your macros are made of proteins, fats, and carbs. These are your macros, the big three. Remember that: proteins, fats, and carbs. Now, proteins are chicken, yogurt, tuna, eggs, things like that. A lot of different other things from proteins, but lean meats, you want things from protein to help build muscle. Very important. Another important quality of protein is that it keeps you fuller longer. So if you're a person who's trying to lose weight, remember, have protein. Lots of protein keeps you fuller longer. Next to know is your fats: nuts, almonds, fish oils, canola oils, avocados. These are fats. You should know that your fats are made of unsaturated, saturated, and trans fats. Now, I'm not going to go into all the detail of these ones, but unsaturated fats are generally the fats that are liquid at room temperature. Saturated fats are usually more solid at room temperature. You want to limit your saturated fats, 5 to 10% of your calories per day, not more than that. You shouldn't have so much saturated fat. Not good for you, for yourself. You don't want to have heart disease. You don't want to have high cholesterol. Make sure you lower that. And trans fats, stay away from that totally. Trans fats are totally unhealthy. So remember that. Your unsaturated, saturated, and trans fats. Limit your amount of just saturated fats. Don't have trans fats. And then it comes to carbs. Carbs, carbs get some bad rap. People think, oh, I got to stay away from carbs. No. You don't have to stay away from carbs. You got to know which are better carbs than others. Some carbs are just junk food. But carbs are what generally gives us most of our energy. Fruits, vegetables, potatoes, cereals are examples of carbs. There's most of the 45 to 65% of our energy comes from carbohydrates. Just because these diets out there say stay away from all carbs, that is not true. In my next videos, we're going to be talking about complex and simple carbs, but definitely don't stay away from carbs. Carbs are good for you. They are part of your main energy, gets you energy throughout the day. So make sure you have your carbs. We'll talk about having the right carbs, but have your carbs. So again, you got your calories. Calories are made of macronutrients, which are called macros. The three parts, the big three are protein, fats, and carbs. Now, if you like what you're listening to, give me a like, subscribe, please, and listen to some more. So here we go on. Okay. 80-20 rule, very important rule to know, is that a lot of people, when they go on a diet, they go all out. And for a lot of people, they just can't last long with that. People got to give themselves some leeway. 80% of the time, I suggest, 80% of the time, you stay what you're supposed to have. But you always give yourself a break, That weekend, you reach a certain milestone, go for that 20% of the time. Have that ice cream, that cookie, or whatever it is to make yourself feel good. Not too much. Just a little bit to get yourself going, to help yourself propel forward. Because if you're going to be too strict for yourself, you're going to burn out too quickly. It's about changing your habits. Changing your habits too quickly won't happen. So remember that 80-20 rule. Very important rule to remember. And next we go to MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is one of the most popular apps used out there to track your calories. Now, I'm not saying you have to use MyFitnessPal, but I do highly suggest that if you feel that you're the type that could track your calories and it will help you maintain what your calorie goal and how much you should be losing day by day, you should use MyFitnessPal. Very, very good. It helps a lot of people, help them track and lose weight. Now, I'm not saying you should use it. Again, I'm definitely not saying you should use it. If you understand how much you're eating throughout the day, you got a good estimate, or it's too tedious for you, so don't use it. No need to. But at the end of the day, it's just a good tool to use. So these are some of the basics you should know about nutrition when it comes to helping you understand the basics of what you need to know in order to lose weight. So remember, those calories. Get that calorie deficit. The calories are made of your macros. Understand what they're made of. The big three, the protein, fats, and carbs, each have a different qualities and what they do for you. Remember the 80-20 rule. It's not all in, all out. It's not, you have to be totally in. It's not all or nothing. And remember, track your calories. It might help you out. So MyFitnessPal is a very good tool to use. Don't have to use that one, but it definitely could help. I hope you like this and hope you like the other future videos. Remember to subscribe, like, and hope to see you for some more.